Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the feasibility of using eye and ear protection in a home defense type of situation, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys that, shooting is a seeing thing and it's also an acoustic thing, right? Anything that helps you see and hear better is going to make you more effective, okay? So in the home defense type of situation, what's inside your house? Sheetrock, wood. You know, when bullets hit these things, especially with sheetrock, if you get like sheetrock and wood splinters in your eyes, it's going to make you less combat effective. Okay. Likewise, inside a home defense type of situation, the sound is going to echo back on you. And it's going to be a lot louder than if you were shooting outdoors where the sound can spread out. So preserving your hearing, again, is going to make you more effective. It will allow you to be able to hear both what the bad guy is doing and also what the good guys are doing, right? Because you want to be able to hear people moving around your house. You also want to be able to communicate with other family members. So you probably want to have ear protection for especially the adult members in your family, like your wife. Preferably electronic earmuffs, like the ones I have here, which I also keep at home in my safe. And also, you want to be able to communicate. Let's say if the police pull up, you want to be able to hear the sirens. You want to be able to hear your wife tell you that the police pulled up. Now, also these earmuffs that I have here, in addition to being electronic, they also have Bluetooth. Okay, so this is connected to my cell phone. So when I put these on and I turn them on, when my phone rings, I can hear it in here, and I can basically talk to my phone, and I can, there's a button over here. These are the Pelletors, the Tactical 500s. Okay, all right. So I don't have to take the phone out of my phone case. I can actually hit this middle button right here, and it will answer the phone, and then I can control the volume up and down from here. So that might be especially important if I'm, let's say, by myself and I've put in a call to 911, and let's say I get cut off and they try to call me back or something. I want to be able to hear the phone ring. I can hear it through here, and I can also answer it, right? So I have my glasses on. Right, all I gotta do is push this button over here, and I can now, basically it opens up my phone, and I can communicate, through my phone. So this will help make you more effective. Okay, so over the years, I've been hearing lots of people say, basically down talk it, saying it's a stupid idea. You're not gonna have time. They come up with all sorts of reasons why you shouldn't bother with the eye and ear protection. Now, granted, you might be in a situation where you don't have time to get to the safe, right? Because basically, in an ideal type of situation, I want to be using my AR and I want to be using a full-size duty gun. You might come into your house. There might be already somebody inside attacking you. In which case, you're going to have to use your carry gun. Whatever you got on you is what you're going to have to fight with, okay? But you also might be in a situation where you get more preparation. There might be riots going around town. You might see, your neighbor's house burning across the street or something, and you might, hey, stuff's happening. Let me go to the safe and get a real gun, right? So the best gun is going to be your AR-15, right? That's your best home defense gun. This is the gun that you will be able to shoot the easiest under stress. This is the gun that your wife will be able to shoot the easiest on your stress, okay? So what we got here, you got your AR, you got your optic here, right? You got your light here, you got your backup sights, you got one magazine in the gun, and then you got an extra magazine. So you got 60 rounds just in case a Mexican cartel decides to attack your house, right? And then on top of that, you even got a magnifier on the gun, in case Indians attack your neighbor down the road. You can help your neighbor out, okay? So and you got a sling here, so in case you get into, a wrestling match, with whatever, Taiwanese or Chinese wrestlers, they can't grapple the gun off you. So you are like maximally prepared here, right? You got everything that you can possibly have on your AR, and you're telling me that, well, not you, but people will tell me that they don't have time or they don't think it's feasible to put on some eye protection and some ear protection. It makes no sense, okay? And on top of that, you're gonna get yourself, when you go to get your AR out of your safe, you're also gonna go get your a full-size duty gun, right? So you're not even using your everyday carry gun. You got yourself a full-size duty gun. So you got two guns here that, so you are like maximally prepared, and you're telling me that it doesn't, that using eye and ear protection is like just going too far. It's just too extreme. It's just like crazy, right? That's what people tell me, right? I mean, it's like I just, it doesn't make sense. You are like maximally prepared for World War III, and you're coming up with all sorts of reasons why you don't want to use eye and ear protection, which will help you see better, right? Which will protect your eyes so that you can see better, and protect your hearing so that you can hear what's going on around you, right? It's like, it just, to me, it just makes absolutely no sense. Now, I'll tell you guys a story. Many years ago, about something like, I guess, 12 or 15 years ago, when I was taking some concealed carry training classes. Basically, we're talking about home defense. A couple of things came up, among them, which is the best gun for home defense. Back then, everybody was like pistol, AR. No, everybody was like, no, that's just crazy. That's just times have changed. People have come to realize that the AR is just the better gun. You always want to use the best gun that you can possibly use. Okay, a lot of times, I've actually had people like. One lady comes to me one time, and she's like, because I had recommended an AR to her, she goes, "Isn't that the gun that they use to shoot up the schools?" I'm like, well, listen, just because these people are crazy doesn't mean they're stupid, right? They're gonna use the best gun that's available, whatever that happens to be, right? So it's like the reason why they're using it is because it's a good gun. The reason why you should use it is because it's a really good gun. Okay, so both bad guys and good guys are gonna probably come to the same conclusion and use the best tools available. It doesn't make sense for them to use better guns than you, right? So anyway, going on. So in that same class, people were talking about how an AR was, again, this is going back like 12, 15 years ago. People were saying, "Oh, AR is a bit extreme. We're just going to use a pistol." I was new to this at this time, so I wasn't going to argue the point, right? But then also the subject came up of eye and ear protection, okay? And here's the thing: the instructor in the class wasn't saying, he was just asking questions, right? This was kind of like outside of the scope, really. He was just posing the question, and he was letting the students debate it. I think that at this point, this subject was up kind of for debate. It hadn't been yet decided. It's not like today where most people will tell you AR is the best gun. Most people that know guns will tell you that an AR is the best gun. So back then it wasn't so decided. The instructor just let the conversation happen. So when we came up to the question of eye and ear protection, again, most of the people, I don't even remember anybody saying that eye and ear protection would be a good idea. And back then, I didn't know enough. I hadn't, again, I was new to this, so I really didn't know enough to be able to contribute to that conversation. But people were in this class were saying that using eye and ear protection might be some sort of an indication that you were like overly prepared, like you were intending, like you were prepared. I mean, they were basically implying that it would make your defense more difficult in court because you were overly prepared. Makes absolutely no sense to me. So anyway, what I did is, many years later, I actually asked this question at a legal seminar, right? Of this legal service that I use. It's called U.S. Lawshield. So I asked that question. What do you think about using eye and ear protection? And they are, I basically posed it in a more roundabout manner. And what the lawyer told me is, when it comes to self-defense, use the best things that you think will help you defend yourself. That's your job. Let the lawyers afterwards explain to the court why you chose the things that you chose. That's their job. Okay, so you pick the things that are going to work best for you, as long as they're legal, right? And then you let the lawyer explain to the court, why you chose the things that you chose. Okay, so that was the answer that these guys gave me, U.S. Lawshield, and I recommend that you basically ask them yourself and get the answer in writing. It's cheap service. It's only $11 per month. And then with the promo code, which is down here, Pocono Shooting, right there, Pocono Shooting, depending on your state, you get some freebie. So you might get like an extra month, you might get 2 months, you may get like a disc, like $20 off or something, or $30 off, depending on your state. But you use this promo code here, Pocono Shooting, in the code field to get some discount with U.S. Lawshield. So again, the reason why I basically recommend these guys, number one, they're cheap, right? I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on something that there's a very low chance I would ever use them in a self-defense type of situation, because I live in a very low risk area. There's a very low chance that I would ever actually use a gun for self-defense, although there's always that small tiny chance. But it doesn't make sense to me to spend like $50 a month for a legal service, right? The way I use these guys the most is if I have gun or legal questions, like this question about using eye and ear protection. I will ask them I'll send them an email, and I'll have them send me back the answer in writing through an email, which I will print it out and I will save it and I will have it for future reference. That's how I use these guys most of the time. And then also if I'm traveling, I'll ask them for an itinerary. Like if I'm traveling, let's say to Florida, can I bring my Polymer 80s with me? Can I carry it? And they'll say, okay, you can bring it to these states. You have to unload it, and you can't carry it in those states. You have to unload the gun or avoid those states altogether. So that's the way that I use this legal service. It's called U.S. Lawshield. It's the cheapest one I've been able to find at $11 a month. That gives you the most. And I did another video on all the details, and the promo code is Pocono Shooting. So I like the answer that they gave me. Basically, they said, use whatever you think will help you defend yourself. That is legal, right? Within, that's the only, that's the only caveat that they put in there. It has to be legal, right? Like for example, as of today, okay, I would not recommend a braced AR pistol, even though I'm covered by an injunction. That's really getting into into a questionable area. I wouldn't recommend you use that gun, right? A braced AR pistol for a self-defense type of situation. But a standard AR, with the extra magazines and the magnifier to deal with, with those Indians that are trying to burn your neighbor's house down the road, yeah, I mean, use it, load it up, obviously I'm joking here. So, don't worry about your neighbor down the road. Just worry about protecting yourself. But the point I'm trying to bring out here is we're loading up our home defense rifles with all this stuff, right? And it doesn't make sense to stop short with protecting our eyes and protecting our ears, especially if this is going to make us more self-defense effective, right? We gotta be able to see. Like if we got sheetrock dust in our eyes and wood splinters, we can't see. We can't see the bad guys. We can't see the reticle. We can't see our family members. We got to be able to hear, right? We got to be able to hear the bad guys, which window they're breaking through. We got to be able to hear our family members, right? We got to be able to hear the police when they pull up. So use these electronic earmuffs. I think there was something like, I think it was like $150. These ones. Now they have cheaper ones. I think that was $75 that didn't have the Bluetooth. They're electronic, but didn't have the Bluetooth. But I bought those, tried them out. I sent it back, and I got the ones with the Bluetooth because after I was testing it out, it makes sense, especially for home defense earmuffs. You want to have that connection to your phone. You want to be able to hear your phone ring, and you want to be able to quickly answer it by hitting that button there, right? And all of a sudden, you can talk on the phone without having to go into your cell phone case and start trying to hit buttons. As soon as I hit this button over here, I'm talking on the phone. It works. So obviously, that's something you guys test out and make sure it works, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So yeah, as far as eye and ear protection, should be part of your home defense plan. I would recommend keep one set of these in the safe with the gun, and I also recommend keeping one set of these like next to your nightstand, right? Because sometimes you may not be able to get to the safe, especially you want to have quick, fast access to these, because especially if you home carry, right? Again, this and the carry gun, they go together, right? I keep a pair in my car too. Now for me, it makes total sense because I travel different ranges. Plus, I got eyes and ears in the car. But even if you're not in the gun training business, that also might be something that you may want to consider. Keeping some eye and ear protection in your car at all times. So let me know what you guys think. If you got any different ideas, by all means, drop them in the comment section. Look forward to hearing from you guys, and I will talk to you all soon.